Welcome to this touching story of family, courage, and growing up. Let's watch together. When I was a boy, I lived with my grandfather and my little sister Emily. We had a small house in the city. It was not big, but it was our home. Grandfather took care of us. He cooked for us and told us stories at night. He loved us very much. I felt safe with him. I felt happy. Every morning, Emily and I went to school. Grandfather woke us up early and made breakfast. We sat at the table and ate together. He always smiled. "Eat well, grow strong," he said. After breakfast, Emily and I walked to school. Grandfather stood at the door and waved to us. He watched until we were far away. After school, we played in the park. Sometimes we ran. Sometimes we sat under a tree. We talked about our dreams. Emily wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to be a pilot. We laughed and made big plans. When the sun went down, we went home. Grandfather waited for us. He made warm food. We ate and talked. Life was simple. Life was good. But one day, everything changed. I woke up early. The house was quiet. Too quiet. I went to the kitchen. Grandfather was not there. The stove was cold. There was no breakfast. My heart felt strange. I walked to his room. The door was open. I looked inside. Grandfather was in bed. He was not sleeping. He was awake, but he did not move. His face was pale. His hands looked weak. I called his name. "Grandfather." My voice was small. He opened his eyes slowly. He tried to smile. "I am okay," he said, but I knew he was not okay. He looked tired. His voice was soft. I felt afraid. Emily came into the room. She looked at Grandfather. Her eyes were big. She held my hand. "What is wrong?" she asked. I did not know what to say. I did not want to scare her, but I was scared. Grandfather was old. He was sick. He needed help. But we had no one. It was just us. I ran to the neighbor's house. I knocked on the door. "Please help," I said. The neighbor opened the door. She saw my face and knew something was wrong. She followed me to our house. She looked at Grandfather. "He needs a doctor," she said. Her voice was serious. She took her phone and called an ambulance. The doctors came fast. They put Grandfather on a stretcher and took him to the hospital. Emily and I watched. Our hearts felt heavy. The house was empty now. It was quiet. Too quiet. I sat on the sofa. Emily sat next to me. She did not talk. I did not talk. We just waited. The hospital was big and cold. Emily and I sat in the waiting room. The chairs were hard. The lights were bright. People walked past us. Some looked worried, some looked tired. A nurse came to us. "Wait here," she said, then left. We waited. The clock on the wall ticked slowly. I held Emily's hand. She did not say anything. She just looked at the floor. I wanted to be strong for her, but inside I felt small. After a long time, a doctor came. He had a kind face. He sat next to us. "Your grandfather is sick," he said. "He is very weak. He needs rest." I nodded. "Can we see him?" I asked. The doctor smiled a little. "Yes, but only for a short time." He stood up. "Follow me." Emily and I walked down a long hallway. The air smelled like medicine. We reached a room. The doctor opened the door. Grandfather was in bed. He had a tube in his arm. His eyes were closed. I felt my chest tighten. He looked so small. Emily ran to his side. "Grandfather," she said. He opened his eyes slowly. He smiled. "My little ones," he whispered. His voice was soft. I sat next to him. "You scared us," I said. He laughed a little, but then coughed. "I am okay," he said. "Just tired." He looked at us. His eyes were full of love. "You must be brave," he said. "Take care of each other." His words felt heavy. I did not want to think about a life without him. A nurse came into the room. "He needs to rest," she said. Emily hugged Grandfather. I held his hand for a moment. Then we left. The walk home was quiet. The sky was dark. The streets were empty. Emily held my hand tightly. "What will we do?" she asked. I did not have an answer. I just squeezed her hand. I knew one thing. Life was about to change. The house felt different without grandfather. It was quiet, but not a good quiet. It was empty. Emily and I sat at the table. There was no warm food. There was no laughter. I missed grandfather's voice. I missed his stories. Emily rested her head on the table. "When will he come back?" she asked. I did not know the answer. "Soon," I said, but I was not sure. The next morning I woke up early. I went to the kitchen. I tried to make breakfast. The eggs burned. The bread was too hard. Emily sat at the table and watched me. She did not say anything. She only took a small bite of the food. "It's not like grandfather's," she said. I knew she was right. Nothing felt the same. After breakfast, we went to school. The walk was long. The streets were full of people, but I felt alone. At school, I could not focus. The teacher spoke, but I did not hear her words. My mind was at the hospital. I wanted to see grandfather. I wanted to know if he was better. At lunch, Emily sat with me. She played with her food. "I don't feel hungry," she said. I understood. I was not hungry either. When school ended, we walked home. The sun was warm, but I felt cold inside. At the door, I stopped. I did not want to go in. The house felt sad, but Emily was tired. She needed to rest. We went inside. I tried to smile for her. "Let's do homework," I said. She nodded. We sat at the table, but my mind was not on homework. It was on grandfather. That evening, the phone rang. I ran to answer it. It was the hospital. A nurse spoke. "Your grandfather is stable," she said, "but he must stay here longer." My heart dropped. I wanted him to come home. I wanted things to be normal again, but I knew that was not possible. "Can we visit him?" I asked. The nurse said yes. I felt a little better. The next day we went to the hospital again. Grandfather looked tired, but he smiled when he saw us. "How are my little ones?" he asked. Emily hugged him. I sat beside him. "We miss you," I said. He touched my hand. "I miss you too." He looked at me for a long time. "You must be strong," he said. "Take care of Emily." His words stayed in my heart. I knew he was telling me something important. When we left the hospital, the sun was setting. The sky was orange and pink. Emily held my hand. "I wish grandfather could come home," she said. I nodded. "Me too," I said. But deep down, I knew we had to be ready. Life was not the same anymore. Days went by, but grandfather did not come home. Emily and I visited him after school. He was weak, but he always smiled when he saw us. "Are you eating well?" he asked. I nodded, but it was not true. The food I made was never good. Emily ate only a little. Grandfather sighed. "You must take care of yourselves," he said. His voice was soft but strong. One afternoon I came home feeling tired. Emily was quiet. She sat on the sofa and hugged her knees. "I don't like this," she said. "I want grandfather back." I sat next to her. "Me too," I said. "But we have to be patient." She looked at me with sad eyes. "What if he never comes back?" she whispered. I did not know what to say. I just held her hand. That evening I thought about our future. Grandfather was sick. He could not work. We had no money. We needed food. We needed to pay for school. I felt scared. How would we manage everything? I looked at Emily. She was small and innocent. I had to be strong for her. I had to do something. The next morning, I woke up with a decision. After school, I would look for work. I told Emily my plan. She looked worried. "But you are just a boy," she said. "Who will give you a job?" I did not know the answer, but I had to try. "I will find a way," I said. After school, I walked through the streets. I looked at shops and restaurants. People were busy. I saw a bakery. The smell of fresh bread was in the air. I stepped inside. A man stood behind the counter. He looked busy. I took a deep breath. "Excuse me?" I said. "Do you need help?" The man looked at me. He frowned. "How old are you?" he asked. 12, I said. He shook his head. "You are too young," he said. My heart sank. I walked to another shop. It was a small grocery store. A woman was putting vegetables on a shelf. I asked her the same question. She looked at me for a moment, then sighed. "I can't pay much," she said, "but you can help me clean." My heart lifted. "I will do it," I said quickly. She gave me a broom. "Start now," she said. That night I came home tired but proud. Emily looked at me with big eyes. "Did you find a job?" she asked. I smiled. "Yes," I said. "It's not much, but it's a start." She hugged me. I felt strong. For the first time, I believed we could take care of ourselves. The next day I went to work again. The grocery store was small but full of customers. The woman showed me what to do. I swept the dusty floor. I cleaned the wooden shelves. I carried heavy boxes full of vegetables and fruit. My arms hurt, but I did not stop. I wanted to do my best. At the end of the day, she gave me a few coins. "Good job," she said with a small smile. I smiled back. It was not much, but it was something. When I came home, Emily was waiting by the door. "Are you very tired?" she asked softly. I nodded, but I smiled. "It's okay," I said. "We will be fine." She looked at the small coins in my hand. "Can we buy food?" she asked. "Yes," I said. We went to the market. We bought fresh bread, cold milk, some sweet fruit, and a little cheese. It felt good to buy something with my own money. The next morning, I woke up early. I made breakfast. It was simple, but Emily ate everything. "It's better than before," she said with a grin. I laughed. "I'm learning," I said. After breakfast, we walked to school. I felt different. I felt older. I had a job now. I was not just a boy. I was someone who could help. At school, I tried to focus, but my mind was on work. I wanted to do better. I wanted to earn more. When the last bell rang, I ran to the store. The woman was waiting. "You are a good worker," she said. "Do you want to work every day?" I nodded quickly. "Yes, please," I said. She smiled. "Come after school," she said. My heart felt light. This job was small, but it was a beginning. That night, Emily and I sat at the table. We ate together. The house was still quiet, but it did not feel so empty. "You are doing well," Emily said softly. I looked at her. She was smiling. I felt proud. I was not scared anymore. Life was different now, but we were learning. We were becoming stronger. Later that night, I sat near the window. The sky was dark, and the stars were shining. I thought about Grandfather. I missed him. I wanted him to come back home, but I knew I needed to wait. I closed my eyes. Tomorrow would be a new day, a new chance, and I was ready. The next morning, I woke up early again. I cleaned the kitchen and made breakfast. I helped Emily get ready for school. I was tired, but I also felt proud. We were not just waiting for help anymore. We were doing something. We were taking care of ourselves, and that made me feel strong. After school, I worked again. The woman at the shop watched me carefully. "You are very responsible," she said. "If you keep working well, I will give you more to do." I nodded quickly. "Thank you," I said. I wanted to do more. I wanted to earn more. I wanted to make things better for Emily and me. The next day I went to work again. The grocery shop was small, but always full of customers. The woman showed me what to do. I swept the dusty floor. I cleaned the wooden shelves. I carried heavy boxes of vegetables and fruit. My arms hurt, but I did not stop. I wanted to do my best. At the end of the day, she gave me a few coins. "Good job," she said with a small smile. I smiled back. It was not much, but it was something important. When I got home, Emily was waiting at the door. "Are you very tired?" she asked quietly. I nodded, but I smiled. "It's okay," I said. "We will be fine." She looked at the coins in my hand. "Can we buy more food?" she asked. "Yes," I said. We went to the market. We bought fresh bread, cold milk, some sweet fruit, a little cheese, and a few eggs. It felt good to buy food with my own money. The next morning I woke up early. I made breakfast. It was simple, but Emily ate everything. "It's better than before," she said with a happy smile. I laughed. "I'm learning," I said. After breakfast, we walked to school. I felt different. I felt older. I had a job now. I was not just a boy. I was someone who could help and protect. Later that night, I sat by the window. The sky was dark, and the stars were bright. I thought about grandfather. I missed him. I wanted him to come back home, but I knew I had to wait. I closed my eyes. Tomorrow was a new day, a new chance, and I was ready to face it. A week later, we got good news. The hospital said grandfather was getting better. Soon he could come home. Emily and I were so happy. We had learned how to take care of ourselves, but we still missed him. When he came home, we told him everything. He smiled proudly. "You two have grown up," he said. "I am proud of you." And for the first time in a long time, I felt truly happy. If you felt inspired by this story, please like, share, and subscribe for more. Stay with us for more stories about hope and strength.